Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about Tua Tagovailoa's performance against the New England Patriots in a film session. Before we get started though, please drop a quick like and a sub on today's video. And with that said, let's dive right into it, and I hope you enjoy. So before we dive into the film like we do in all these film sessions, let's talk about the stats, and Tua Tagovailoa, not his best game of the year, went 15 for 22, 109 yards, a touchdown, and he ran the ball a little bit too, 5 carries for 38 yards. So overall, productive day for Tua, not necessarily through the air, but the things I saw in this game were command of the offense, the ability to take control of this offense, moving the ball down the field, and just understanding what he had to do to make the plays to win this game. And, at the end of the day, in this game, he really played the game manager role. He's had some really good moments this year. He's had some pretty bad moments this year, but this was just a completely solid game from Tua. Let's dive right into it, and later on, probably in a couple weeks, I'll make a full season recap of Tua's performance. But overall, let's dive into his game against the Patriots. And over the course of this season, Tua has mastered the RPO offense, this thing that this Dolphins offense really does a lot of. Basically, the idea is it's either a run play this way, and if that's not there, then you've got these receivers to the bottom of your screen going out for a pass catching opportunity. So here Tua, he gets the snap and he sees that there's a pretty solid push here at the line of scrimmage. There's not a lot of movement for where Duke Johnson can try and get upfield. There's not really anywhere to go with that. Plus, all these linebackers kind of stay home here, so you can't really run the football on this play here. Plus, Tua really wants to throw the ball anyway, and what I love about Tua in this spot, he doesn't just stay in the pocket, he moves out, rolls to the left, and that kind of shifts the defense a little bit. Number one, I love when the Dolphins get those designed rollouts, getting Tua to move to the left. He's really accurate when he's thrown on the run towards his left. And it gives the Dolphins offense a lot more opportunities to make some plays downfield. But this is what I love from Tua here, really showcasing the game awareness. Right here, he's going to have Jaylen Waddle's favorite receiver, favorite target on this out route, short out route, maybe 4 or 5 yards, and then trying to get to that sideline. This is what I love about Tua. Tua recognizes that. Tua recognizes the really soft coverage here. You've got that hard coverage, J.C. Jackson on Devontae Parker, and then you've got a little bit of the softer coverage here with the corner on Jaylen Waddle. And what Waddle's going to do is he runs this route really, really well. It's almost like a little bit of a stutter route. Creeps up a couple of yards, and then as soon as he comes to the top of this break, sprints towards the outside, and that's what gives him the separation. You see, he's basically just jogging here, and then he sprints to that outside, and Tua does a really good job just rolling outside, getting outside the pocket, looking for that opportunity. Originally, he looks for Devontae Parker, and he's like, Devontae Parker, maybe Mike Gesicki in the middle of the field, doesn't see that, keeps rolling out to his left, and look at this accurate throw on the run to the sideline for Jaylen Waddle to pick up 5 yards. Jaylen Waddle probably can turn upfield in this play, but doesn't end up doing that to pick up the first down. But nonetheless, really good throw and really good play recognition from Tua. Not wanting to run the ball here, wanting to get the ball in the hands of the playmaker, getting it to Jaylen Waddle, really accurate throw on the run here, and I love Tua Tagovailoa rolling out to his left. The Dolphins run this every week. They ran this play at least once in the past 2 or 3 games here, and this is the staple of the RPO offense. What's basically happening here is it's either we're running the ball up the middle here, or we're finding Gesicki on this quick slant route. 1st and 10 play. This is a classic Dolphins 1st and 10 play. They love doing this on 1st and 10 because you either run the ball and it's a 2 or 3 yard gain, or you pick up the first down or 8 or 9 or something to stay ahead of the chains. Love this recognition by Tua. So the idea of this play is, number one, you get the play action play here, and what that does is that draws these defenders down. And if these defenders don't bite, you run the ball every single time, because that way, it's just 5-on-5 at the line of scrimmage. But if these defenders bite and they move down, then it's 8-on-5, and that's gonna be not even a gain probably. So Tua recognizes that. Tua sees that these defenders bite and they all move down, and what that does is that all the space in behind them now is completely open up. It's completely open, and that's exactly where Mike Gesicki is running into to make this catch. Tua reads that. Tua sees that all these guys have moved down. Tua understands that if he just throws that ball a little bit over the top with a little bit of touch, then this is an easy first down. This is just a great throw from Tua. Accurate spot, puts Gesicki on the money, allows him to run after and pick up a couple of yards as he tries to get away from defenders. But this is a really well-thrown ball, accurate ball, but really good play recognition. Taking what the defense gives him, understanding that if these guys move down, I can throw over the top. That's exactly what he does. It's what he sees, and he executes it to perfection. A really nice throw here by Tua Tagovailoa. This next play, once again, another RPO play. Tua really thriving in this RPO offense. I think he's doing a really good job with it, and I'm really excited to see what he's able to do next year in this RPO style offense. It'll be interesting if the Dolphins move on from their dual offensive coordinator look. But I think Tua's done a lot of good things this year, and the master of the RPO is something that's really helped him. Here they're going to have Jaylen Waddle coming out across the formation and getting kind of a little bit of a head start. And the Dolphins like to do this because he's a fast player. If you give him a head start at the line of scrimmage, he can burn anyone. And he's just kind of float to the end zone. Devontae Parker is going to run this way to kind of clear the space for Waddle. And then you're going to have, on this underneath route here, you're going to have the tight end over here kind of coming across the formation as another option. So it's really, it's an RPO play. It's all about reading these linebackers here, seeing if they bite. If these guys bite, then you absolutely throw the ball because there's either space to Parker right here where these linebackers have moved into, or Waddle's going to be open because J.C. Jackson over here is going to have to commit to try and block Parker, and that will leave Waddle over the top, and that's actually what ends up kind of happening on this situation. So number one, Waddle. Duke Johnson, right? Play action play here. It's 3rd and inches. Having Duke Johnson in the game is perfect because Duke Johnson's a bigger back. And excuse me, it's not actually going to be this guy coming over. It's actually going to be Durham Smythe over here coming over. But basically, he's just going to follow Waddle. And the Dolphins like to run this play a ton too. Anyway, they fake the handoff to Duke Johnson. As you see, the defense bites. They come down. And what I love about this is now Tua sees that. He, number one, normally on this play, they feed Durham Smythe every single time. Normally it's straight to Durham Smythe. But also normally Durham Smythe actually lines up on this side, so he's a little bit more into the flat than in this situation. But here, Tua understands that, okay, Devontae Parker's over here. This corner has to be on him. And then you've got a linebacker on Jaylen Waddle. That's completely unfair. What I love about Tua here, number one, using the legs, getting outside the pocket, moving to the left. And then what about this throw? An absolute beauty of a throw to Jaylen Waddle in the back corner of the end zone, leading him into that open space. You see there's no one over here as these two guys kind of had to worry about Devontae Parker, and they kind of forgot about Jaylen Waddle over there. Waddle's able to kind of dart in behind them, and Tua just recognizes that and throws an absolute beauty into the back corner of the end zone for Waddle to go up and catch. Really nice throw with touch from Tua, reading the defense, finding Waddle, and converting the touchdown. Really nice play here by Tua. And I like this play too. This is an aggressive play from Tua. I don't think a play that he would have made last year. But he sees man coverage across the board. Sees man coverage here, man coverage here, man coverage here, man coverage here. And then he sees these two safeties back here. Not necessarily in the middle of the field, but, over towards, trying to get the middle of the field. Anyway, so what happens here is you got Matt Collins over here, and that's exactly where Tua wants to go with the ball. He sees the one-on-one coverage. He knows Matt Collins is running the deep go route, trying to just, get past that corner and trying to get to the end zone. And that's exactly where Tua wants to target the football. And I love the aggressiveness here. He sees the man-on-man coverage. He knows Matt Collins is a receiver a little bit bigger and taller, can go up and catch it a little bit. And, that's his instinct. His instinct is to look towards the side of the field. He sees that Matt Collins has actually got a pretty good break at the top of his route, sees that one-on-one coverage, and just puts it up there. Puts it up there for grabs, leading Matt Collins downfield. And that ball, to be honest, is not the best thrown. It's a little bit short. It's a little bit out in front. But what it actually does is it's tight coverage. And this is smart play, right? Tight coverage, throw the ball up there, and it's a 50-50 ball more or less. But this is a well-thrown ball. It's over the top of Matt Collins. It's a little bit short, needs a little bit more power, but it gets a flag, it gets a pass interference, and now you're down at the 1-yard line, and the Dolphins end up punching that in for 6. So this is a smart read by Tua. Not necessarily the throw and the execution here making that play, but this is the right read. It's one-on-one coverage. The two safeties in the situation are on the opposite side of the field, so this area of the field is completely wide open. And basically, you have this receiver run in there. Tua sees the open space, throws it into open space. That's the right read, right decision there. It's just a little bit not the best ball, but still gets the pass interference and basically scores a touchdown. So really well done by Tua. Good, smart decision making that throw, even if he didn't execute it. And the last thing I kind of want to focus on in this Tua film session is kind of his pocket awareness and his pocket presence. Tua's not really ran the ball that much this year, but when he's run the ball, he's been actually pretty effective doing it. And I thought he played actually, when he's able to get out to the pocket and use his legs a little bit, he can pick up some first downs. In this play here, pocket more or less just breaks down. There's nowhere to go with this football. Can't really pick up the first down here. Can't pick up the first down here. Can't pick up the first down there or there. There's really nowhere to go with the football. But what Tua understands is that the pocket's breaking down. He's got to move or else it's a sack. Probably a hold over here, but ref doesn't call it. But I love Tua here moving up and getting outside and picking up the first down with his legs. Really good awareness, sees that there's nowhere to go with the football, moves up, gets away from defenders, and then just sprints, hard-nosed running, puts his head down, and leaps for the first down. Really good job here from Tua, showing that mobility, exactly what he needs to do to pick up the first down, but really overall better pocket presence and awareness, and really understanding what he needs to do with the football to get the Dolphins to win this game. This is exactly the kind of play that Tua comes up with to win this game. This is a clutch play here to pick up this first down to hopefully ice the game. Similar thing here, too. Play pretty much just breaks down. There's nowhere to go with this football. Tua understands that there's pressure over here. So what does he do? He steps up, moves outside, and picks up big yardage with the run. Love this flexibility and just nimble play here, duking out a pretty good linebacker in Kyle Van Noy, too, who can really tackle in the open field. Tua just puts his foot down, makes a small move, and just accelerates to pick up the first down. Great block there by Matt Collins, and Tua just picks up big yardage there for a big play. But these are the kind of plays that Tua can make. I mean, Tua's athletic. He can get outside the pocket. He can run a little bit. He's mobile, but really it comes down to the pocket awareness. Realizes there's nowhere to go with the football, moves up, steps up, and then just runs for the yardage. Really good read here by Tua. Just understanding there's nowhere to go with the football and that he can pick it up with his legs. So with that said, I mean, when you look at the season stats, Tua was around 2,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, ranked more or less middle of the league to just above average in QBR or rating, about average in that regard. And overall, it was not necessarily the best season for him. It wasn't necessarily the season that everyone was hoping for, but he definitely showed a lot of improvement. And I thought the improvement from year one to year two was absolutely drastic. As I said, I'll make a full recap on Tua's season in a film session later this month, probably. But I thought he played well against the Patriots. At the end of the day, he didn't put up the great stats because the Dolphins were having a lot of success running the football. Duke Johnson was over 100 yards in the day. Phillip Lindsay got some carries. Myles Gaskin got carries. But overall, I mean, the reason he didn't put up a ton of yards through the air is because they were running the ball effectively, and as long as you're moving the ball downfield. But what I did think Tua did well is he took command of the offense, and he stepped up, made some big clutch plays, showed off his pocket awareness, showed off his accuracy, threw a touchdown pass, and he did everything he had to do. He did not lose this game for the Dolphins. He was completely fine. He did what he had to do. He won the game. And I mean, if you look last week against the Titans, a really tough game. I mean, Tannehill did a similar thing where he didn't really do much for the Titans. Threw a couple of touchdown passes, didn't really throw for a ton of yards. That's kind of what Tua did in this game. Played the game manager role, got the game done, didn't throw any interceptions, didn't record any turnovers. So overall, I thought it was a solid game from Tua. Not his best of the year, but he did enough to get the Dolphins the win. So at the end of the day, solid season from Tua. Not as successful as we would have liked, but still definitely a lot of improvement. And I think next year, year 3, the Dolphins get an offensive line, running back. Tua could be really good. But overall, I like the awareness. I like the accuracy, the mobility, but more importantly, the real command of the RPO game. That's really what I saw from Tua against the Patriots. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya.